Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about how selling comic books on eBay is an absolute nightmare. So many of you may have an eBay store, maybe eBay sellers, and many of you have probably seen some of the scams and some of the ways that buyers try to take advantage of eBay's buyer protection options. What I'm going to do in this video is kind of talk to you about some of the ways that you can potentially be scammed, some of the ways that I have been scammed, with examples of the ways that I have or people have attempted to scam me, so that these things don't happen to you and what to be on the lookout for. eBay has become really the number one place to buy comic books, and really it is the market that is setting the value and the market of comic books in general, whether that be raw books or slabs. Big transactions are happening on eBay, and it's not just dollar book fodder type stuff. I mean, books sell for $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. So eBay really is, I think, where a lot of eyes are trained as far as the comic book selling and buying marketplace. There are several ways that buyers can take advantage of a seller, and really a seller is crippled in a lot of ways as far as the same rights and protections that a buyer has on the format. And one of the biggest examples of this is just in the feedback, where a seller cannot leave positive, neutral, or negative feedback. It is only a positive option for a seller to leave for a buyer. So a lot of these buyers that are scammers are taking advantage of these sellers. There is no way to notify the general public, other potential sellers, that this person is somebody you want to block. If you guys have been following the channel, I recently bought 51 slabs for $3,000. Many of these slabs I needed to sell to recoup some of that money because these were books that I just didn't have any interest in collecting or keeping in my collection. So a lot of these books went up for sale on eBay. I have just recently kind of got my eBay selling account back open again, and I actually made a new account. So this account has only been active since about like March or April. And as many of you guys know, it's difficult to build up a positive feedback system and try to get to that top rated seller platform that eBay wants you to get to and shows benefits for you, which in reality there really aren't any. One of the big things is trying to get that positive feedback so that buyers know that this is a reputable seller. Well, here just recently I've received my first 2 negative reviews, and I kind of want to share one of these with you and kind of talk about one of the schemes that this guy tried to pull on me. This is from our friend Sil Garcia 1869. Leaves a negative review, says, "Be careful with the products that you buy as they come with stickers on the casting and leave everything sticky. Furthermore, the solutions that they offer are inefficient. Pay attention to the pictures." So what this gentleman attempted to do, first off, let me say this. This person was an international buyer, and I'm not trying to be disparaging to our international viewers here, but pretty much every international buyer that I've had, there's been some issue, whether that be with the address or pulling some stuff like I'm about to explain here. There's just always been something. With this guy, he gives one of those extra notes. Some of these buyers, after they buy something, they'll send you a message immediately. And this guy says, "Hi, I have won the auction. For me is very important the conditions of the comic. Please can you package the comic carefully? ? Many thanks." Whenever they start sending you like extra messages, like make sure you package it well and stuff, you already know you're dealing with somebody that's a little off. And I mean, obviously, I'm going to package this thing well, try to ship this to this person as best as I possibly can, which I realize many eBay sellers do not give a crap and are going to send it in literally like a manila envelope. So the package got delivered. It's been like a couple weeks since he had any communication with him. He says, "I don't agree that there is a store sticker on the comic box. I now have glue on the back and that part has lost its shine. The item I purchased is losing value. As a collector, you will understand why I'm upset. Before leaving a negative review, can you offer me any solutions? So what this guy is trying to do is one of the first things that I want to talk about is extortion. So what this guy is trying to say is that the comic box, which he's referring to the encapsulation, the slab, has a comic link sticker on the back of it. And because that comic link sticker on the back of it is there, and if many of you guys know that have had these stickers, they're kind of difficult to remove and they do leave that residue. He says that the encapsulation is ruined, it's lost its shine, it's losing value. So he's saying, what can you do for me before I leave a negative review for you? So what he's doing is he's threatening you or threatening me with a negative review, extorting me to try to get me to refund him or send him money or whatever the case may be. So what I communicated to him was, if you would like to send the item back, I'd be happy to take it back if you pay for the return shipping. And I also offered him some options like maybe like Goo Gone or turpentine to get the residue off. It'll kind of like come off. Those are unacceptable. So he proceeds to leave me a negative review, which are extremely detrimental to any eBay seller's account. Because when you're a buyer and you're looking and you see a bunch of negative reviews, you're more than likely not going to shop with that person. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is extortion. This next example is this is true, just a true scam and just truly robbing somebody. Again, another slab. This was a Captain Marvel slab, a 9.8. A nothing book, pretty much, like a garbage book. But the book sold for $10, okay? The book sold for $10 on eBay. We get a message from a guy who, let me just say, his name on eBay was Robert K. He didn't even give his full name, and then he used a P.O. box in California. So no real address, no real name, red flags everywhere. He leaves me a negative review. Says, CGC case has had many scratches on it. Sent request for refund. Seller offered a partial refund. Told him no. Had to have eBay help and receive the full refund. Why wouldn't seller just do the right thing to begin with? Let me paint you the picture with this one. Guy gets the book for $10 and then for the shipping. I think the total of the transaction was $31. Guy gets the book, immediately upon receiving it, sends me photos of these scratches on this case. Now, not only were these scratches on the listing photo, but anybody that collects CGC slabs knows these cases, they get scratched before you even, when they come from CGC. These scratches are so minuscule. They're literally, I mean, if these things bother you, I can't imagine how you can collect any CGC slabs, because every single one of these has these kind of little scratches on the case. So what he's done is he said that I want a full refund. So I spent $17 to ship this book with a flat rate box. He would need to have this, I would have to have this $10 book sent back to me. I would have to pay the return shipping, $17 to get it back. So I would be down $34 for selling something for $10 to get my book back that you would hope that somebody else would buy. You're going to be out, you're going to have lost money on this. What this guy is doing is he's putting the screws to me in a sense that you're either going to give me this full refund or you're going to take this hit. I'm going to punish you and send this back to me for paying. I'm going to lose money, pay more shipping to get this back to me. So I offered this guy basically half of the value. I think I offered him like $15, $16. Basically, keep the freaking book. At least let me keep my money that I paid to send it to you, and don't leave a negative review. Basically, I was like, just take the book. Just take the book. Just go away. No. Not only did eBay took, so I don't have the book, by the way. eBay let him keep the book. I had to refund the money. I got a negative review on my account. All of these things for a nothing situation. So this guy used and by the way, when I was trying to message him to try to make this right, make suggestions, just talk to him, communication in the inbox, nothing. Ghosted. No communication whatsoever. But with this, he was quick on the customer review. Negative comment. This was calculated. And you know how it was calculated? And you know how I know it was calculated? If you go to this buyer's page with feedback, somebody leaves a positive comment basically saying that this guy has done the same thing to another person. This seller had a similar situation where the guy claimed that there were scratches, unacceptable damage to the slab, only to have him have the slab returned. Then that seller sold it to somebody else. No issues with the other buyer. No problems whatsoever. This guy is a scammer. So he got me. He got the book and he got his money back. In a situation like this, there is no way to avoid this situation. There is no way to say that you won't accept returns. You can say all day long, no returns accepted, yada, yada, yada. eBay will never stand in your favor, ever. The buyer is always right, no matter what. Be prepared that you're going to have to pay. If you want that item back, you're going to have to pay for return shipping. So you're going to be shipping out and shipping back. All right, so this item was not a comic book. This was video game related. I sold a controller, a PS4 controller. And from what I've seen, the video game eBay people, I'll give the comic book people for the most part some credit, specifically the Star Wars buyers out there. You guys are like superstars, super fast payment, no issues, just always leave good feedback. Love the Star Wars comic book people out there. The video game people, scammers everywhere. I sold this controller, and within a few hours of the payment being received, I get this message. It says, I'm showing 2 payments of $30.02 out of my account. If I have overpaid, please refund me the overpayment. This is the oldest scam in the book on eBay. So basically, it's once they've confirmed that you've shipped it, that there's a tracking number, that the post office has received it or whatever, once they know it's on the way, they will say that there's like a double charge, that they've been charged again for something. Even though there's none of that has happened on eBay. There's no record of any double charge. They're trying to get you to refund the item. There's going to be no recourse for this. eBay is just going to see that you refunded the item, that you sent the money back. The person's going to get the item. It's already on the way. But that refund is gone. Your money is going to be gone too. I said, you're trying to scam me. This is the oldest scam in the book. It says, I'm not trying to scam you. I could send you a screenshot. I'm just asking you to be honest if it did happen. I said, you need to contact eBay regarding any payment issues. I've already sent this conversation to eBay, just letting you know. I have no problem with you doing that, and thank you for letting me know who to contact in case that happens. So they're trying to question my ethics, saying that there was a second charge and that I need to do the right thing, the honest thing. Don't fall for this. Once you ship that out, once that thing is in route, don't do anything. No refunds, no partial refunds, nothing. Don't send anything until if that thing is delivered, just let the system take over. Let the post office get that thing delivered. This is one that I was able to dodge. I don't know what was happening with this. Maybe you guys can let me know what you think about this one. I sold a statue, my Batman Who Laughs statue, and this is after after the item was sold. I never received payment, but I got these messages. It says, "Hey there, thanks for the break," which I gave him a discount. He was trying to whittle me down to try to get the item for cheaper, which I gave him some discount. "Thanks for the break. I'm not sure why, but this order is not processing through PayPal. I called them and they don't even have a record of the transaction. When I made the offer, I said it would be billed automatically if you accepted, but it hasn't. Should we cancel and try again?" For whatever reason, I didn't have the option to cancel this immediately. So later on, I was able to cancel it, remake the listing. He bought it again for the asking price. Said, "Hello again. Okay, just spent the last 40 minutes on the phone with eBay. Long story short, since I never got an order confirmation on my end and the transaction never showed at PayPal and the amount never got charged anywhere, and because neither you or I can cancel it because all the stuff I just said, eBay is going to cancel it themselves. They say it will be handled today, but they did not tell me what time it would be canceled. I've never had an order just vanish into thin air like this, so I'm not really sure what else to say about it, but that's the progress that's been made to this point." So it got canceled. Again, basically he was gonna buy it again. He bought it again, no payment. Waiting. I say, "I guess you were never actually gonna buy it." And he says he spent the better part of 3 hours this morning trying to buy this item. When I returned this afternoon, it was finally canceled. I attempted to pay for it again. Yada yada yada. I don't know what that was. And maybe that was, there was something screwy with PayPal. Maybe. Never had anything like that ever happened before where some transaction is not going through. Oh, heck no. No. This seemed like a scheme. This seemed like a scam. I don't know what happened. Let me know what you guys think he was trying to pull there. Another thing a lot of people do is they will bid for something and they really have no intention of buying it or paying for it. This guy, he bid the item up. He says, "No, I no longer need this book. Please cancel. My apologies." So after the item has already sold, they want out, and I have to cancel the item. Some people just never pay. eBay is it's to the point where, as a seller, you have to just be on guard. The way I would equate this to is how people act on eBay is like how people act in their cars in like a road rage situation where people just act irrationally. Like they just do whatever they want. And as a buyer, you have all the power. Like there is nothing a seller can do. If you want to return the item, it gets returned. If you want to scam somebody, you could probably get away with it pretty easily, especially if you got somebody who's a new seller. A lot of people see my account. They see that, I've only got like 250, 300 items sold. I've only got like 70 some, 80 some, reviews, buyer reviews. They're like, "Oh, bingo, we can rip this guy off." And I have gotten ripped off. The Captain Marvel slab, he got me. But I've dodged a few other bullets here. eBay is like, it's like a necessary evil because, I could go the route of, Nice Guy Comics and Snickle Fritz and the New York Rejects and all the rest of them where, they make their own website or they're doing their YouTube sales or their Instagram sales. I don't want to like fool with all that. You know what I mean? Like I just want to, sell my books basically with some anonymity, just sell the stuff, not worry about it. Let eBay handle all the, the postage stuff, get a discount on the postage stuff, just let that all let eBay do all like the busy work of like tracking down the payment, stuff like that. But it's to the point where, I understand why people are looking at other options, but let's just face facts. eBay is the biggest place where people buy comics. It's where some of the biggest transactions are happening. It is setting the market value for most, if not all, comic books. I mean, it's a nightmare. It's not going anywhere. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.